everybody. How are you? All right, let's not talk about the fact I'm wearing the same sweater as the last video. That's not important. And please ignore any noise in the background. We've had a day. Let's just put it that way. I'll get to that later. So welcome back to Brave Escape Crafts. I am your host Sue, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. I am doing today because Lord knows tomorrow. I have no idea. I can't believe I'm even doing one today. Just to face it. Like I said, ignore the noise in the background. So if you're not new to here, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. We talk about all kinds of crafty yarn stuff and crafty things, and then all kind of other stuff. So it's kind of a mishmash, and I'm kind of a mess. So welcome. And if you're not new here, you know already. We're good. So first, we have yarn hauls. I have my Black Friday yarn hauls. Don't get too super excited. It's nothing like brand new or anything. I got Hersters and Yarn Inspirations. Okay. So we'll get to it. And I did pre-look in the boxes, and I did get everything from Yarn Inspirations, believe it or not, because I've been seeing a lot of people having problems with that. So let's start off. I got, let's see. They had the Bernat Maker on sale, so I got some of that. If you haven't used it, this is like a tube yarn. It makes really good like bags and stuff like that. I actually had a bag I made in this that I just sold recently, so I wanted to get this. This is the color Hyacinth. I love this color. And Bernat Maker is, let's see, it's a 5 bulky weight. It is 75% cotton, 25% nylon. Again, I apologize for the noise. It's 250 grams, 8.8 ounces, 317 yards, 290 meters. It says to use an 8mm or US 11 knitting needles or 8mm US L11 crochet hook. So that's Bernat Maker. And then they had, this is newer, not super new, but this is Bernat Maker Splash. So it's the same kind of tube yarn, but it's like, this is, I love this purple colors. So this one is, let me see if I can find it, 8.8 ounces, 250 grams, 305 yards, 279 meters. It's the same 75% cotton and 25% nylon, and same crochet hook and knitting needle size. But this has got the, so I got that color, and then I also got this color, which is Cherry Swirl. That's a good name for that. Love the color. So I'll have to find some cool stuff to make with that. And then the only other two things I got were, I got some of Mexicana from Super Saver. I'm not even going to read the specs on this, because if you use yarn, you know what Super Saver is. But I got some of the Mexicana because I did not have any of that. And I got a bunch of I think I got 5 of each of those. And then I got the Favorite Stripes from Red Heart Super Saver, because I just made a Hexicardi for my neighbor with this not too long ago, and oh my god, it came out gorge. So that's Favorite Stripes, Red Heart Super Saver. And then I got Red Heart Super Saver in Monet. I think these are such pretty colors. We've never seen them. So I got 3 of those to try to, I'm going to make something with those too, because I think that's going to be super pretty. So that's all, that's my Yarn Inspirations haul. I was trying to be good. I didn't order too terribly much because, you know, trying to behave. Alright. Let's see if I can not put this on my foot. Ugh. If I do, you're going to hear some curse words. Oh, no. You're going to hear some curse words. And I'm going to try not to do that. Okay. Oh. All right. Ugh. Okay. We got it. We got this. We got this. Not on my foot. Okay. Now, it still could fall on my foot. I'm preparing you. All right. All right. Then we did a Herster's. I got a Herster's box. Because a lot of this was, I'm going to say, everything was on sale. But I did get, I did need to replenish my stash on this because things that I made out of this got sold out. So I wanted to replenish. So they have, I was so excited for this. They have the Big Twist Tweed at Herster's. I love the Big Twist Tweed. It's my favorite tweed. I don't know. I'm picky with my tweeds. But this is their dark green tweed. I don't know if you can see it. It's still in the packaging. But I made a hooded cape with this. And it sold like immediately. So got some more so I can make another one of those if I remember how to make it. And then I got some of it in the color plum. I'll show you this better. Big Twist Tweed. See if I can. And this is, I should have read this off. Big Twist Tweed, 382 yards, 6 ounces, 350 meters, 170 grams. It is a size 4 medium. And it recommends knitting needles, US 7 to 8 or 4.5 to 5 millimeter, and crochet hook US I9 5.5 millimeter. All right, so I got those 2 colors, more of that, and then I restocked on my worsted Halloween sparkle because that was on sale too. And because I sold a lot of stuff and I needed more of it. I did also order more of my holiday sparkle that I showed you yesterday, but that didn't come yet. So I'll give it a couple more days. I think it just wasn't in. They do that sometimes. And then the last thing I got, and again, this isn't new, but it's new to me new, was this year they came out with a new Halloween sparkle called Monster Mash. And it has it's like blacks and purple and blue and green. And so I'm going to make some witch hats out of this. And if you haven't ever ordered their Herster's brand yarn, my favorite thing in the whole wide world is the center pull with the sticker on it. Oh my goodness. Love. Absolutely love. Best thing ever. So that's my Black Friday yarn haul. That's what I got. Like I said, a lot of this was to restock. I could not pass up the sales, and I was out of all these colors and just a few new things for me to play with, because who doesn't like to play with pretty yarn? So that's pretty much the yarn stuff that I got. What have I been working on for Vlogmas? So last night I got the hat portion of, this is using that holiday sparkle, the Herster's. So I just have to do the white fluffy trim on this one. And then this one is actually using the Premier Basic Shimmer in Poinsettia Shimmer. Okay, and this is, if you've never used it, this is from Premier Yarn. It's a 4 worsted weight, 216 yards, 198 meters, 4.23 ounces, 120 grams. It's 97% acrylic, 3% metallic polyester. And then it is 5.5 millimeter US 9 knitting needles, 5.5 millimeter I9 crochet hook. Now I used a 5 millimeter crochet hook because my hats are supposed to be stiff so that you can put them up or bend them. So I made another hat with that. I need to do the white fluffy fur around the edge. And I leave, this is a tip if you make these, leave your tail really long. And then I sew my fur around the edge just because it's 100 times easier. So, oh, hold on. TV's going crazy. I got it. Shh. I'll tell you about that in a minute too. So, I leave a long tail and then I can just sew my fur around the edge and I don't have to, there's less ends. Who doesn't mind having less ends to sew in? I'm just saying. So, that's what I did, and I'm working on another one. I got this far on it so far today. So that is my crochet progress for Vlogmas. All right. So life updates. Okay. So tomorrow, as you guys, if you've been following me, if you're new here, you gotta watch past videos because there's like way too much to go over. But tomorrow, we all know I don't love doctors. Tomorrow I have a doctor appointment in the morning, my annual physical, so Lord knows how that's gonna go. And then, I mean, I should be okay because all my blood work came back pretty good, but still, I'm sure she'll find something. And then I have to talk to her about the surgery I'm having in January, and then I have to see if she has any recommendations on a podiatrist because I'm having a little trouble with that. And then at 10:30 I have wound care, which I don't want to go to. So today I'm a little stressy. And then if that wasn't enough, this morning my helper went down to do laundry, and she's like, "There's water all over the floor in the basement." I'm like, oh my God. So we have a leak coming from somewhere in the wall in the kitchen. Yay. Positive is my husband took off tomorrow to take me to doctor's appointments. So since I now have a helper, in the morning he could just drop us off at the doctor, and then he can come home and work on stuff and not have even us here to bother him for a little while. And then, but he's also off the rest of the day. So yeah. So hopefully we think we know what that problem is. But you know, we're not plumbers and I obviously can't help too much. So sucks. And then tonight, okay, well, so yesterday we turned on I've been running the heat in the living room because it's like 13 degrees and colder than that with the wind chill around here. So I have my little heater on the living room, and my husband was working on our vacuum cleaner. Oh, excuse me. The one that we plug in the wall. We have the one that charges, then we have one that plugs in the wall. Well, that one was making a noise, so he was working on that yesterday, and we blew the circuit breaker. And then, so I was like, oh, it's because the heater's running so much. Ugh. So then today I forgot, and my helper, M, she went to run the vacuum cleaner and poof, popped the circuit breaker. I was like, ah, crap, I knew better than that. So, but she flipped it back on, everything was fine. But then tonight, I still, of course, had the heater running because it's freaking freezing, and I went to turn my light on to record, and poof, half of the circuit went out. Not the whole circuit, like half the circuit went out. And the hardwired alarms the fire alarm started going off. So of course we're like looking for something like a fire. There's a fire, whatever. Oh my God, I don't even know. We don't even know what happened because my husband was trying to diagnose it like for probably an hour. And running around the house like a nut, trying to figure out why half of this circuit's working, half of it's not. I'm plugging things in. So finally he went upstairs because our house is wired really dumb. I don't know who wired this thing because, like, I'm going to say like half the house is on one circuit and then like there's like 6 other circuits for other things. Like, it's ridiculous. There's like little stuff. Like these 2 outlets are 1 circuit, but like half the house is on 1 freaking circuit breaker. So he ran around upstairs, downstairs, looking at the wiring, trying to figure out what's causing this. We turned everything off. We were flipping the breaker. Nothing. He finally went upstairs to the bedroom and unplugged his alarm clock and plugged it back in, and all the power came back. It makes 0 sense. Zero. Is the alarm clock. Now, let me tell you, I do have a theory. And now, if you're sensitive to this stuff, this might not be the thing for you. But, so what you may or may not know about me is I read a lot of, let's just call it smutty romance. But I prefer the ones that have like, they call it like power romances, right? So we're talking like vampires, shifters, things like that. Well, of course, one of the themes in some of the books I read is about fae, which is of course like elves and fairies and things like that. And I also do partake in some Celtic lore. So I do know about fae and fairies and things like that. And I don't discount that there are fae and fairies. Okay. I know this is a weird, I know there's people out there going, oh my God, really? So when you go along with fae and fairies, what you need to know, if you don't know, is you need to be very careful that you do not ever invite fae into your house, because once you invite fae into your house, they are welcome in your house. And they can cause all sorts of problems. Okay. So I'm very careful. Even my kids know we do not invite fae into the house. We don't invite fairies. We don't have fairy things. But, all right, this is where I'm going to lose some of you people. The whole thing with gnomes being popular. Gnomes are fae. Oh, I also want to apologize because if it sounds like one of my kids dying, it's upstairs. No, he's just playing a game. Don't get me. I don't know. All sorts of noises come from my teenager's room. But back to that. So, I know gnomes are very popular. I know a lot of people like having gnome decorations all over their house. I don't allow them in the house because that is inviting fae into your house. However, every once in a while, one sneaks in. Like today, I opened a Christmas card. And this was after the power went out. But the card came in right before the power problem. What is that on my card? Gnomes. It's gnomes on the card. That's what happened. You can call me crazy. You can think I'm wrong. But literally, my husband went out. Todd went out he took the garbage out and he brought the mail in. He handed me a Christmas card. One singular Christmas card that I did not open. And I went to turn my light on and the power went out. And it was because of his alarm clock, which makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense. None. And then I open it and find gnomes. You can call me crazy. I am perfectly okay with that. But I know what the problem was. We invited fae into the house. Fae are not welcome in my home. This is why. This is why. All right. So that's my crazy rant for tonight. This is not going to be a super long video. I apologize. Because it's 8:30, I think, at night, and I really need to, I have stuff I still want to do, and I have to get up early tomorrow because I have an early doctor's appointment, and my helper's coming in early because, so she can thaw out before we leave again. So, yeah. So I need to get to bed at a reasonable time tonight. Oh my goodness. It has just been a day. It has been a day. My stress is like I said, I was stressed out before, and then all this crap's happening, and I'm like, I just need peace. I need peace. Peace. So, all right. So we have everything back on. Everything's fine. Here comes my husband. The one who let the gnomes in the house. Look, he let the gnomes. It's not my fault. He let the gnomes in the house.
There was no gnomes on the envelope.
He left gnomes in the house. No, there was an uncomfortable sticker on the envelope. I'm going to show it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't show her address. Yeah, that's the sticker I got on my envelope. It is from my Smutty Girls book group. So that is appropriate. But yeah, that was my husband. Let gnomes in the house, and then his alarm clock caused the electric to go out and caused more stress.
Alarm clocks are bad.
I'm just saying. So, wish me luck for tomorrow. Get me your thoughts tomorrow, because I don't want to go to the doctor, and I'm stressed about it. And I'm putting my big girl panties on and going, but I don't want to. And I'm handling it as best as I can. We'll see what new things I need to go for after this appointment tomorrow. And then hopefully I find a podiatrist, and then I can come home and be in pain all night tomorrow night. So I don't know that I'm going to get a video tomorrow, because wound care is not my favorite thing. I'm usually in a buttload of pain after wound care, because they really mess with my feet, and the whole night I am not in a good way. So we will see. But I doubt it. So I'm not going to make any promises for tomorrow. But hopefully I will get some progress done. I will get some of these hats worked on and other stuff done. I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me. Thank you for joining me for Vlogmas Day 9 and possibly Day 10. I appreciate you all. I hope you do something. I hope you guys are having a better day than I am. I hope you do something peaceful tonight. Thank you all for watching, and choose love every day. Bye, everybody. All right.